Oh, is it working now? Okay. Hi everyone, welcome to day 20 of the 28-day live stream challenge. For some reason, I wasn't able to go live because an error occurred with something in the back end, so it took me a couple minutes. So I'm a little bit flustered, to be honest, but here we are. Hello guys, welcome to day 20. I have a really special topic for you guys today. I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited about today's topic. So today's topic is gonna be light, and it stems from, I'll just talk about it in a bit. I just have to kind of like breathe a little bit. Hold on. Ooh, hi. Okay. Let's get grounded a little bit. I'm a little shaky because I freaked out because it wasn't working. So let me just get a little acquainted with this setup and my environment. Okay. I'm like shaking. Okay. Woo. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna start talking. Okay. So, welcome to day 20. I chose the topic of light, like the light that shines on my face. And I wanted to talk about how we could ignite the light in ourselves and how do we recognize what our light is? What is our light for the world? And when we're stuck, how do we ignite that light again? So I wanted to talk about that. And I got that topic because since we're day 20 old today, for age 20, I wanted to focus on my experience as a 20-year-old. I moved out of the house for the first time from Southern California to NorCal, and there I continued my college education, but as a transfer student. And one of the really cool things about that college is that their alma mater is fiatlux, which literally means it is let there be light. And I remember when I was choosing where to go, the alma mater for the school really resonated with me. So I wanted to take you on a journey of how that felt for me and how my most recent experience having my light dimmed and then literally burning out turned into me shining my light to the world and being present. So hope something resonates with you guys for today's stream of consciousness, and feel free if anything comes up during our time together while we're live, please feel free to say something in chat. And if you're from the future, feel free to write anything in the comments below. I'm here for the world, I'm showing up, we're here together, we're alive, so really excited to talk about this topic. And as usual, I'm going to try to get grounded by playing some piano, and we'll get started. Hi James, welcome to stream. Okay, let's do that. Let's just wait for the song to finish. And again, if you guys are new to this live stream challenge, I'm gonna repeat it. I know I always repeat it at the beginning of my stream or in the middle of my stream, but it's so that everyone is on board. I created this 20-day live stream challenge on my birthday. I turned 28, and I'm kind of in a place where I am figuring myself out and grounding myself. And I wanted to give myself the opportunity to show up for the world in the way that I can and share my energy with the world. So I've always been interested in doing live streaming and being part of the world and sharing myself, and so I'm doing this. I feel a lot more comfortable being in my own skin now that we're day 20 old. Yeah, so if you are interested in seeing my progression of confidence and of like the way I speak, how it changed, if it did, or my energy, you guys could watch it on the 28-day live stream challenge playlist on my channel. And the intention of this challenge is again to show up for the world, be present with the world within this hour or 2 hours that we have together. And if you're from the future, same thing. We are here, we're alive, and I also want to celebrate that we intentionally chose to be alive today. And that's one of the things that I don't want to forget. So I also want to emphasize that. And the song did end, but I kept talking over it, so I'm actually going to lower the volume. I'll play some piano and then we'll get straight into our stream of consciousness for this topic of light. Welcome to stream, and I hope you guys enjoy today's stream as well. I'm gonna put this over here because it's... And yes, yesterday I did something out of the ordinary for our live stream challenge. I was out in the living room and we just kind of played around with the idea of being in a new setting. But today I came back in the room because I was really excited about sharing this topic of light, and I think it's really fitting for age 20 because it's the second decade of our year on Earth. And I feel like, at least it was for me when I thought about it when I turned 20, I was like, wait, I'm 20 now, I'm not a teen anymore, and that was kind of a big deal for me. I'm like, okay, I'm 20, I have a bigger responsibility, I felt that. So, and then when I also think about 20, it was when it was my first time moving out of the family home somewhere by myself, and then joining other brilliant souls who had their light fully lit. Or maybe they didn't. But anyways, I wanted to talk about my experience when I had my light super bright and I was helping the world be a little brighter. When I was fearless. And yes, I want to talk about that, and then how my relationship with this light is right now. Piano just to get myself kind of honed in on my center, and as I'm playing the piano, I'm just gathering my thoughts. Not even gathering my thoughts, it's just kind of being present with right now, just honing in my energy so that I come from a place of groundedness when I'm sharing whatever it is that goes through my head for today's topic. And also, another intention that I have for this live stream challenge is for me to learn how to speak my truth without any... So this is the space I created for myself to literally just be myself. I don't have to worry about anyone else. It's just me being me and sharing myself, bringing myself out to the table for the world, for you guys to see who I really am, and that's really important to me. That's what I really needed, and yeah, so that's why I do all this right now. So, as I ground myself, I will start sharing my stream of consciousness. Okay, so when I'm playing the piano, I don't actually think of the notes. And for those of you that have watched me on stream for a couple times now, you'll realize that my melodies are almost the same. Like I use the same chords. Today, like before starting the stream, because I was a little flustered and I wanted to prepare myself a little bit, I played some piano before starting, and I realized, I was like, wait, I actually want to find out why I started playing these chords. And I realized the two chords that I use for all these melodies are, one is labeled as the F sharp chord, where my pinky starts on the F sharp and then it does the chord progression. I don't know what it's called, this thing. And then I do F, so F and then F sharp. And then for my melody, I'm using like other notes, like random stuff. But the reason why that stood out to me was because I was like, oh my god, I'm focusing on Fs, like F sharp and F. And for me, I thought, oh my god, this is like so symbolic in that like I'm emerging from like ground up, in that like F in society is, at least in the States, it's associated with a grade, and F is like the lowest grade you could get. And what I'm trying to do with this live stream is really ground myself, and even to get to here, to even decide on doing this challenge and doing live stream and showing up for the world, whether I was ready for it or not, to even like be here, I recognize that it came from a place of me actually literally like not having anything. Like I wanted to disappear, and by society's terms, I'm kind of a failure. So so then I thought F, and I keep like focusing on melodies of F, and then this live stream challenges me kind of reclaiming myself and liberating myself from that. And yeah, so I thought that was really cool, because it's like I'm playing F chords, like F sharp and F chord. I thought that was interesting. But anyways, okay, I'm gonna get grounded. I'm getting flustered again, okay. And for those of you that are tuning in that don't know my background with this whole thing, I don't know like professional piano. Like I've learned when I was young, but it was like in spurts of months. So literally me playing this is like kind of a miracle that like I can even like fathom or allow myself to just play around with melodies and stuff. So yeah. Recognizing that we only have 8 days left together, that's kind of incredible. I feel with my sense of this timeline, I feel like I've been doing this for only like a week, and it has helped me a lot. Like I have something to look forward to, because this is my time to share myself with the world, which I have been missing a lot. Thank you for being present with me today as well. feel like I have to say something. So, and I'm trying to feel comfortable. So. Us battling inside within us, trying to find our light, our voice, and darkness being, maybe it's things that you recognize you can't control, but the battle is that you have to feel like you can let go. But sometimes even time doesn't help, or maybe your effort to try to forget doesn't help, and you're hurting inside, whatever that may be. So today's topic is light because for age 20, we're in a new decade. And my experience with turning 20 was recognizing, holy crap, I was on Earth for 2 freaking decades. What am I doing with my life? But that summer when I turned 20, it was one of the most exhilarating experiences I've ever had. So it's when I got to move out of my parents' home for the first time, and I got to transfer to a new college. So I moved from Southern California, which was where I was born and raised. It's like all I know. And I moved to Northern California. So I actually wanted to wear my college shirt. So I went to Berkeley and I wanted to wear it, but then I stopped myself because the light that I want to address is not something attached to like a higher institution or like a huge company that you were able to get into. That's not the light that I'm talking about. So the light that I'm talking about is not power. It's power within us, not something that is attached to an institution you're connected to. So I stopped myself from doing that because today I wanted to focus on how do we hone in on our energy, our light, our purpose in that given moment? How do we use that? How do we share it? How do we recognize it's there? How do we build it? And when we're depleted from that source, what do we do? So I wanted to talk about that. So yeah, I could first tell you when my light was shining brightest as ever. When I was at my all peak, I was so confident, and I was so giving. So when I transferred to ucberkeley, I had the intention of just being so a part of the world, and in ways that I was just so open to, getting all the internships and speaking at panels to help others, have a piece of my mind and share what I know from my life experience, and also get to meet other people who are also very passionate about what they do. And it was just such an amazing experience that first semester, when I was surrounded by people of all ages, all ethnicities, but they're all so passionate. It's like I met people at their peak in that they were all so willing to give their energy and their vision of the world, of how they're going to help the world. And so what is that experience? I think I was really, even though I didn't know specifically what my career would be at that point, other than maybe I'll be a diplomat, maybe I'll become a journalist, maybe, I was so set on becoming, because I already had this groundedness within me, that I had a lot to offer to the world. So at the peak of my experience having light within me and recognizing the light in others, where it seemed like nothing or no one could dim that light. It's like you knew the moment you interacted with this person, you could feel their energy, and you could tell this person could do something with their life. They're gonna do something, they're gonna be a huge impact on the world. And it started dimming when I started to, as semesters went on, I realized that I was becoming physically burnt out because I spread myself out too thin, and also because I was starting to, as I neared my senior year, I started to put myself into boxes, and for me it didn't work out, because it in terms of building and honing in on my energy, because I felt like there was something missing. I would always feel but if I choose this path, then I don't have this part of me sharing myself there. How am I gonna make that work? So it was me trying to figure out, how do I put myself into these boxes? How do I create my own boxes? It was just so much chaos. And then like I said in another stream, I found a career that kind of encapsulated all of that, all of me, all of my passion, my empathy, and it was user experience design. But then that didn't work out because I kept pushing it off because I had to pay the bills, and then I had to find jobs. Life was just happening really quick. I don't regret all the experiences that I've had, but now I'm gonna get to the part where I tell you how you could ignite your light again. And so before getting into that, I want to ask you guys. Wait, hold on. I have to look at chat. Hi, Em. M, welcome to stream. M says, hi Jennifer, you should be a philosopher. Wow, that's a great school. Oh, that's so funny because I majored. So I got into the college by the way, I don't like saying UC Berkeley and that like it gives people, like they put me in a box. And I know like that's a huge privilege, but also like the purpose of this live stream challenge is for me to be as I am, and I feel like if I say UC Berkeley, you guys kind of put me on this high pedestal, so but it's so funny because I transferred to UC Berkeley as a philosophy and linguistics major, but I ended up just doing linguistics and kind of sort of making my own major at the end, which didn't work out, but yeah. But thank you. Yeah, I love like overthinking. I tried to, when like right before going to Berkeley, I didn't have a goal, like a regular goal. The goal for myself was to explore. Like that was it. The goal was to explore, and so I took all the possible classes that looked interesting to me at the slightest, and then I recognized I need to learn about like the meta of things. So then I got into philosophy, and then I got into like I stumbled on linguistics because my counselor was like, hey, you've taken all these language courses. Did you know there's a science of language? And I'm like, wait, what? And it's linguistics. So it's a really interesting area. But yeah, so where was I? Oh my god, I lost my train of thinking. Yeah, but welcome to stream, and what was I thinking? I think I was talking about light. Okay. All of us, I feel like humans in general have this knowing inside of them that they can't quite pinpoint, but they have this knowing of the special trait that they have of themselves. But for some reason, we try to go around it. So for me, I recognize that one of my strengths is connecting with people. Like I'm an open book. It's easy for me to be an open book. But how do I explain what this is? I don't know what I was trying to say. Fudge. Okay. Anyways. Me thinking about my college experience, my energy is everywhere because like I remember just being in this state of mind where it was like there was just so much to do, and I actually did, like I tried to do everything, literally. So I think because I'm thinking of that time, like right now my energy is like but coming back to the topic of light, I was always so fat. Do you guys in your life have this symbol or this visualization or an animal, something that you're always drawn to, like no matter what, like ever since you were young till now, there is this symbol or this letter or this number or this, like you're always drawn to it? Because for me, it was always light. Hold on. Something's happening. Oh god. What's happening? Sorry, I see. By the way, for some reason my connection is very laggy. Is that better? Okay, so on my end, it's very laggy. So I'm just gonna wait a little bit. Okay, I think we're good. Okay. Thank you for the confirmation. Okay. So yesterday I saw this moon in the sky and I took a photo of it, and it didn't look as bright as it did in real life, but I'm so drawn to like light, and also another visualization is like lighthouses or any songs related to light, or that's why I'm so drawn to the Disney movie Tangled, because they emphasize the light, the lamps in the sky, the lantern lamps. But yeah, one of the deciding factors of where I should go to college when I wanted to transfer, because I had many options, thankfully. Before I transferred, I had a lot of options. So in high school, I only applied to one place, which I don't think I should have done, but I was so arrogant and I was full of pride. I was like, I'm living a good life. I worked hard. I do more things than other students. So I'm gonna get into USC, but I didn't get into USC. Anyways, but the main deciding factor for me to choose that school was because of the alma mater, fiatlux. And at the time, Disney's, this is gonna sound really weird, but Disney's Tangled came out that year. And right before I had to decide which place to go to. And I remember when I listened to that Disney song, I don't know if you guys know the Disney film Tangled. It is not corny or cheesy. It is actually hilarious, and it's I don't want to say kid friendly because obviously it is, but it's adult friendly. It's so funny, and there's a lot of symbolism in it that is very encouraging, of course, because it's Disney. But there was a song called I Can See the Light, and it's basically Rapunzel seeing the light in the sky, and then it connects her with her family, which is... Okay, I am gonna wait a little bit. Today it's been a weird day because even with my phone, it's been laggy. Like my apps wouldn't even open right. So odd. I'm gonna wait a little bit. I think it's because my energy is very high right now. Maybe that's why. It's a very weird way to think, but that's how I feel. Is it still lagging? Oh god, is it still lagging? Is it still lagging? Why is it so lagging? It's okay. I will continue. Why am I talking about this? Oh yeah, because it was my main deciding factor. Tangled song and the alma mater. Anyways, yeah, so I'm like curious if you guys also have a similar experience where maybe it's not light, maybe it, or I feel that it's a universal thing that humans are drawn to light. But yeah, that, or I really like seeing I like seeing photos with darkness and then there's like itty bitty light. I like that. And when I say I like it, it's like I could stare at it the whole day type of thing. Like I appreciate it so much. But wow, that's the first time I've ever like actually talked like a full sentence without playing my piano and not feeling anxiety. So progress on life. So going back to light. So how did I get out of my light getting dimmed? Is it still lagging? What's wrong with the connection? Hold on, let me see my wife. No, it's good. So yeah, that's one question I have for you guys. You guys have like an obsessive symbolism, obsessive number, or image that you're obsessed with ever since you were young. And the other thing okay, how do I talk about this? So how do we come out when our light is dimmed? How do we shine again? Like, when I think about it, when you think of a torch, you know those like wood with fire on it? So, you know how at one point the fire burns out because there's no more wood or because there's no more ointment on the wood? We're going to have burnout, and even if we don't have burnout, we're going to have moments in our lives where we have to reevaluate, and we gotta stop and we gotta reevaluate and then realign ourselves, because change is always happening around us and even within us. So most recently, I recognized that, like, I knew in my heart, I knew deep down that I had this light that I had to share with the world, but I didn't know how. And I didn't know in what form, what it would look like, but I knew I had to be a part of the world. And wait, that comes after. Okay, so what happens when you're in the dark? When you're in the dark, you can't feel yourself anymore. When that happens, I'm telling myself too, it's normal to feel that when it comes, because I feel like even if we recharge, because of the constant change around us, I think we're gonna have to stop and kind of realign ourselves. And because I remember the handful of times where I felt stuck and I felt like I was literally in the dark about myself and about my relationship with the world. Like, it's literally dark. I don't know the way out. That doesn't happen once in a lifetime. It happens multiple times in a lifetime. And I feel like it's like God's way of saying, or if you're not religious, like a higher entity reminding us, hey, check in with yourself. Is this really what you want to do? Is the way you live, the way you is the way you thought of the world, the way you thought of yourself, really the way you can be the light? So I want to tell myself that, because when I was stuck, even praying didn't help. And I think it was because I was punishing myself, because I was telling myself, you've been through this before, you felt like this before, you've gotten out of it before, why are you feeling like this again? What's wrong with you? So don't, like, I think the moment we recognize, oh, like, it's inevitable for us to feel pain. It's like a normal pace of life. Like, we're going to be at a peak, and then we're going to come down, and we're going to have a stagnation, and then... But allowing yourself to actually be okay, it does take time, and it's going to hurt. Even if you know it's coming, it hurts. But just know there is light at the end of the tunnel. Whether it's a message from someone and it literally makes you feel alive again, or whether, what was it for me? Or maybe you're younger. Is the stream okay now? I think so. How long has it been, by the way? Wow, it's already been 40 minutes. Before choosing this topic of light, I wanted to focus actually on energy, but I think the two are interchangeable in that when how do I say this? I keep getting like, don't beat yourself up for feeling the way you do. Because that's literally what I did. Another term that I affiliate with light and with energy is kindred spirits. So this is a term or a phrase that I learned from I always talk about TV shows. I watch a lot of TV shows. I binge a lot. So I watched this TV show that was inspired by a book series, and it's called Anne with an E, and it's on Netflix. And the writer of the show, she was a huge fan of a poet who also graduated from Berkeley. And this poet's name was... Holy crap, I forgot. Wait, this poet's name was... I see her face in my head. Oh my god, I forgot her name. Mary Oliver. So Mary Oliver wrote about... Mary Oliver actually passed away earlier this year. And so I got an opportunity to read about her life, and she came from a background when she was young. She went through a lot of hardship, and there was a lot of abuse, and she came from a background of poverty, and her poems, like writing, was a way for her to see light, to feel light. And she would often write about the things she feels when she's in nature. And so then the writer of the TV show Anne with an E, why am I talking about that again? Oh, kindred spirit. So she got that terminology, kindred spirit, from Mary Oliver, and kindred spirit are people you refer to that are like your soul, not soulmate, but people who see you through your soul, not just like, oh, this is Jennifer with the white t-shirt and tights. It's more like you know this person because they see you in a deeper level. So those are your kindred spirits. You connect. They're a part of your tribe, your soul tribe. Why am I talking about this? Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. So on our journey to ignite our light, our soul. That's another thing. I associate light with soul. And on our journey to do that, we find in the most randomest places too. You recognize these kindred spirits. And why am I talking about that? Oh, because you want to build and ignite your light. And I want to ask you, you don't have to reply, but I want to ask you, who are your kindred spirits in your life? And even for kindred spirits, you don't have to, the relationship between kindred spirits, you don't necessarily have to like be in contact with these people. You could also, read about them and you recognize, you're like, oh, they're my kindred spirit. To me, I could name a few. So on my journey to ignite my soul and my light again, and to understand how I could bring it out, was Elizabeth Gilbert. She's doing a lot of interviews about love and about life. because she just released a new book called City of Girls. But check out her interviews. You don't have to have read her books. She's the author of Eat, Pray, Love, if you know that movie. She was the author of the book, and then they made it into a movie. But it was about her life. But she wrote other books too. But her mind is so... Her heart is very open, and her mind is very open. So it's very fascinating to tap into her energy by listening to her talk about her approach to life. So check out her interviews. You could just on YouTube Google Elizabeth Gilbert life or Elizabeth Gilbert interviews, and you could listen to her talk. Another kindred spirit is Mary Oliver. So her poetry is very short, but they're so deep. And it humbles you to the humanity you need to feel. Like she kind of puts you in this, like you're reading her poetry, and she puts it so blatantly simple, but they make you feel like you're in an atmosphere of being so human. Yeah, that's the experience I had. So she's a kindred spirit. What else? And kindred spirits don't have to be writers. They could be people like if you are into I don't know, I can't think of anything right now. If you're into like working out or bodybuilding, like it could be someone you look up to, and then you hear them talk about their way of life or like how they think about the world and how they overcome struggle, and you like instantly click with this person's energy, and you're like, oh, that's my kindred spirit. That's like, that person's a part of my tribe. Like so when I learned about that term, kindred spirit, I was just so excited because I wanted to articulate like friend versus best friend versus this really good friend that like knows you deep down and in ways that you can't really articulate. So those are your kindred spirits. And you don't necessarily have to be in a relationship for this connection. You just recognize, oh, they're my kindred spirit. It's different than soulmate, because I looked into what soulmate means, and it's actually a painful relationship. Because why am I getting into this? Because we're into it. Because soulmates. So I learned this through an interview of Elizabeth Gilbert when she talks about the relationship she's had like throughout her travels in her Eat, Pray, Love book. It's not a book, it's about her life. So her life. And she said someone she met while she was on a meditation camp in India. In India? Yeah, in India. India? Yeah, it was India. A friend who she always says is Richard from Texas. He told her, your soulmate is someone that you fall in love with, and someone that brings you to be like your, how did he say it? Like something like you could fall in love with them like deeply the most, but they're gonna hurt you the most because they make you see who you are to the core of who you are, and that they make you see and mirror your inner traumas, your inner traumas, the things you have to deal with. Like they unveil that. And to me that was really powerful because why am I talking about that? Is the stream going okay? It says on my end, it says unable to connect to chat, please try again. So I don't know if you guys are trying to write something and it's not showing up. I'm actually gonna check, hold on. I'm gonna check. I think it's working. So. Oh, that's funny. That's her book. So, why did I talk about all this? Light. And I think the most important thing about so before starting this live stream, I like wrote like a little paragraph about the thoughts surrounding this topic, because I realized when people are trickling in from the future or right now, some people might not even know what we're talking about. So I kind of wanted to share like a taste of my stream of consciousness. And I remember, like, I'm actually gonna read it for you guys because it was actually pretty good, I think. So I'm gonna read it. Let me get it out. Oh, actually, I'll just look at it from my phone. So here's what I wrote for the spectrum of how we understand this light inside of us. Hold on. So, yeah, it's gonna probably play. So I wrote today's topic is light. As a 21-year-old, we graduate I can't believe I wrote this, but I did, whatever. As a 20-year-old, we graduate with the ones and now become the twos. I can't believe I wrote that, but whatever. It is our second decade. With this new era, we perhaps hone in on our own identity once more and realize that there is a civic responsibility to be the light for others, to tread new territories, to bring the torch forth, or to pass the baton to another. Perhaps. And perhaps we are in a time of darkness, confusion, uncertainty. But how do we dare find the courage to ignite our light again? How do we feel again? In times of darkness, light will come through to you in many forms and timelines that will vary as our journey is unique to our own. Then once light enters, you then are the light to be the light for others, to light their light. When I was 20 years old, I already told you the story, but I'm going to read my thing anyways because I'm reading it. When I was 20 years old, I transferred and moved to the Bay Area for college with the alma mater fiatlux. Let there be light. Go Bears! We usually say that. I recognized this was my destiny to be there, to be a light there, to shine brighter than ever. Little did I know that that light will someday be dimmed by the world. But again, here I am, as we learn. Sometimes you will be the light. Sometimes you will bear the torch. Sometimes you will be a part. Oh, I didn't separate things. Sometimes you'll be a part of dimming. Sometimes you will have no choice but to dim for others and for your own self-healing. Sometimes you grab that torch again and shine the world brighter than ever. So I want to ask you guys, like, are you on the, if you're comfortable sharing, are you guys on do you feel like you're the bearer of light right now? Do you feel like your light is getting dimmed? Or do you feel like you're dimming for other people around you? Do you feel like you don't have a light and you're just kind of existing? Because wherever you are in this spectrum, we all have energy within us, the light within us that we can only uniquely shine into the world that needs. And when I say world, I'm saying like outside of our bodies. And this could come in different forms. It doesn't have to be being literally in front of a camera for the whole world to experience. It could be maybe your way of sharing your energy with the world is, I don't know, going to church, interacting with people. Maybe it's, I don't know, like you decided to go volunteer at the animal shelter. Or you take your younger sibling out for dinner. Something. But just know there are going to be points, I'm telling this to myself too, there are going to be points where you feel like your light is being dimmed. And when you do recognize that, I think that's when it's like God sending grace saying, hey, check your light. You're dimming them. We need you. So that could be happening because we have to confront something within us so that we're stronger, or maybe you're in the wrong place. Like you need to change a direction or something. Not wrong place. I don't want to say wrong place because we're never in the wrong place. I think everything happens for a reason, so. The moments where I felt like my light was being dimmed was when, and that I recognized I felt like I was being dimmed in that it was me. It wasn't them, it was me, because I had things that I didn't confront within myself that I was projecting on the other people, and I thought it was their fault that my light was being dimmed, but it's not. And in my paragraph, I wrote that I started to feel as if the world dimmed my light. And that comes from a place of, so right now I recognize it's not the world dimming my light. I allowed that to happen because my light started dimming because I realized there was something within me that I had to heal. Ground myself. I wasn't grounded. In the progress of me igniting my soul, I lost my ground. So I had to find it again. So right now I'm in the process of igniting it still and sharing my light, because I have the torch right now. In May and June of this year, I would put myself in the spectrum of like there was like I could see the visual of, in my head, I could see the visual of literal, like a speck of a light at the end of a dark tunnel. Not even a tunnel, just darkness. But I didn't know how to like swim towards it or go towards it. I didn't know how to like feel better. But I think the light started getting bigger when I was literally in a geographically different place. Here, our family moved here to a different city, and I know we moved not for me, but because things happened, and it happened to be in the month of July. But I feel like, I honestly feel like God, higher entity, helped me divinely in that. They knew in that environment, keeping myself hidden, keeping myself confined within those walls. Like I couldn't, I tried, it didn't work. So then he was like, okay, I'm gonna transport you here, let's see how you do. And I started to see light again, like literally and figuratively. And I felt that soul again that I missed feeling. And today's day 20. I've been with you guys, the world, for about an hour each day or more for 20 days. I feel so much more confident and more like alive in my own soul and my body again. So thank you. But yeah, I know it's still a process. This isn't the end all. And we have to work each day towards this light and embodying light so that we could share it with others. And I honestly think, when I think of light, most recently I think the light that shined on me, that helped me see the light, the torch was passed by, I think, my sister. Just being around her feels very, like, I feel like nothing should stop me type of feeling. So she passed her light to me. But yeah, so another thing I want to do through this live stream is, through my build up of my light and sharing my light, I hope I pass something on to you so that you could pass it on to someone else. Not saying you don't have it, you have it, but of moments where I felt okay allowing like stimulation of my mind and me just like watching things. There are a couple movies and TV shows that I totally want to recommend for you to. I mean, everyone's different, but for me it ignited my soul and allowed me to feel like excited for next steps. And it was, I've mentioned this before, but Dare to Be Wild. It's an Irish film. It's beautiful. It's about gardens, and it's not a documentary. It's based on a true story. And if you're into like botany, or if you're into flowers, or if you're into really, really good cinematography, or if you're into what else do I have in it? Okay, if you really like, what's his face? If you really like to listen to Hans Zimmerman, like if you like listening to like movie soundtracks, you definitely have to watch Dare to Be Wild. Also, anything I mention in the stream, I also link in the description below after the stream, so check that out. That, also, what else did I watch? A lot of interviews of Elizabeth Gilbert. And it could be on anything. Like, whenever she talks about something, she's really expansive. Her mind is so expansive. What else helped me? Taylor Swift helped me. Watch her interviews as well. The long ones. What else helped me? What else helped me? What else helped me? What else did I watch? Well, I can't remember anything. Also, I watched the OA on Netflix. You have to watch it. Now that shifts your mind, especially season 2. Season 2, it's a lot different than season 1. That's all I could say about it. You guys have to watch it. If you're into like what I talk about on my streams, you guys will enjoy the OA. There's currently this hashtag that is trending on Twitter for the OA is real, save the OA, renew the OA, because Netflix for some reason decided to cancel season 3. But there are a lot of fans out there in the world, so there's a reason why there's a lot of fans out there in the world. The cast members are so they're also very outspoken about the internal things that go on, spirituality, of breaking the system, of expanding one's mind, of being kind to one another, breaking barriers. Yeah. What else did I watch? Oh my gosh. Okay, so I also watched this. I don't know if it's Disney. I think it's Disney. It's a animation film called Leap, and it does look a little childish by its cover, but the story itself is beautiful. If you're into so it's a story about two orphans, and they escape the orphanage to pursue their dreams. And of course, the soundtracks are really good, and it's just a really good movie. You guys should watch it. I'll put the link below. What else did I watch? Okay, I don't know if anyone, people on live right now, if you guys are just not resonating or... Okay, so it's weird because on my end, I'm not seeing what you guys wrote, so I'm just gonna look it up on my phone. M says... It got disconnected, but it's good now. Okay, that's good. You should have donated $500,000. Wait, to what? The Champ D says, you good. Hi Champ D, welcome to stream. M said, I peaked in high school. It's okay, Jen, you're not alone. Thank you. In terms of feeling like you were in a much better place in the past, if that makes sense. I think I'm recognizing now that there's gonna be, because I thought that failure and success, the peaks and the lows, I thought it was gonna be, even if it happens multiple times, I thought I was gonna feel the same. But each time is so different, and I'm recognizing. Oh, the Champ D, thank you for confirming. He says, I'm listening, just chilling. Hi, hello. Yeah, so even with this most recent thing I just got out of, I'm not expecting anything. I'm just present. because I'm realizing what I felt, that rock bottom was not the same as the rock bottom that I felt before, which really scared me. I was like, I could get deeper than this. I could get deeper than this. So, yeah, we're all learning. I'm learning from my past experience. Do not even have any expectations. Just live life the present moment, because everything's changing. Everyone's changing. There's so much change. It's just, we gotta just focus just right now and be true to ourselves right now, because things change. Yeah. Because something caught my eye, so I have a thesaurus right here. I'm gonna look up some synonyms for light. Let's look at what light can be interchangeable for. Light. Also, for those of you that are seeing this thesaurus for the first time, I mentioned this in another stream that I had. This little thesaurus has been in my backpack, my school backpack. I started carrying it around since I was in junior high, and I used to carry it around because I really liked looking up synonyms. Okay, where is light? Light. Light. Ooh, interesting. It's the first. Oh wow, look how long that is compared to the others. This is light. This is light. And the others are like this big. Like a finger. Okay, anyways. Okay, so light. Light. Okay, I'm gonna just read out the synonyms because how cool is that? Light. Sorry. Light. Beam. Blaze. Brightness. Brilliancy. Dawn. Flame. Gleam. Glow. Illumination. Incandescence? I don't know that word. Lamp. Luminosity. Luster. Radiance. I don't even know how to pronounce this word, but I'm gonna try. It's spelled SCINTILLATION. Centillion. Oh, centillion. That's how you spell it. Okay. Shimmer. Sparkle. Shine. Comprehension. Wait, why is that light? Comprehension. Oh, like a light bulb moment, maybe? Light. Comprehension. Enlightenment. Insight. Knowledge. Understanding. Airy. Oh, airy, like it's light in, okay, light. Buoyant. Effervescent. Ethereal. Resilient. Volatile. Animated. Interesting synonyms. Blithe. Capricious. Cheerful. Elated. Hopeful. Jocund? It's spelled Jocund. Lively, sparkling, spirited, vivacious. Antonyms. So these are what makes light exist. Darkness, gloom, ignorance, obscurity, shadow, burdensome, heavy, weighty, depressed, gloomy, morose, sullen, and weary. Interesting. Well, that brings me to another point. I don't know if that was interesting to you guys. That was actually kind of interesting to me. Oh, okay. So there's this TV show. I always talk about TV shows. I feel so weird. There's this other TV show that I binge watched the other year. It was called Once Upon a Time. It has, I don't even know how many seasons, but I don't know how I did it, but I binge watched the whole thing. There's like 8 seasons or something. Like, there's a lot of seasons, and in this TV show, it's all of the fairy tale characters in real life, and they're trying to combat evil, right? And one of the most evil in the TV show is Rumpelstiltskin, and in that TV show, it shows like a battle between light energy and dark energy, obviously, but it was interesting to see how sometimes the light wins, sometimes the dark wins. But in the end, so it's really interesting because it shows that in the end, the light and the dark have to work together to create balance. Like, that sounds really simple, but when you think about it in our lives, it's so true. Not so true. It's so true, and it's very, like, when you think about your relationship with fear, for me, my biggest fear is that, what is my biggest fear? No, let's start with my little fear. Okay, so what am I afraid of? Rejection, right? So when we recognize our fear, and we think we can't move on because of this fear, to move on, what am I trying to say? Oh, okay, so when you're afraid, let's just take an example, like writing an essay. Okay, so you have this deadline, you're procrastinating, and that procrastination isn't because of perfectionism. It's underlying perfectionism is fear. You fear not writing the best essay. It's stemming from fear. So this is something that Elizabeth Gilbert talks a lot about, is relationship with fear. And when we divide fear and boldness, assertiveness, into the categories of dark and light can't exist with itself. There has to be darkness to make it light. So we can't be bold, we can't be assertive if there's no fear. Like, then it wouldn't be bold or assertive. It's just, you just are, if that makes sense. What am I trying to get at? I think I already said it. Okay, no one's really talking. Okay. But yeah, I thought that was really interesting. Reading those synonyms versus antonyms of light and darkness, synonyms of light and antonyms of light, like similar words for light and the exact opposite of light. It reminded me of watching that TV show, because I remember having like huge, like, eye-opening moments where I was like, holy crap, like, light doesn't always win. Like, darkness needs to help lightness for lightness to win, and vice versa. So to me, when I thought about my life in that time, I was like, oh yeah, I think that's why I started. Okay, so there's gonna be like random edited videos from like the year 2017 on my YouTube channel. And those were moments where I was like, okay, I know like this might not be the best video. I know this isn't gonna like probably help someone or whatever. Like, no one's gonna care. But you know what? I'm just gonna do it. Like, I know fear is there, but whatever. Like, I'm just gonna. So yeah. Hopefully that resonates with someone, and we can all recognize when you're trying something new, or whether you're working on something on yourself, or working on something for someone else, fear is always going to be with us. Like, fear is never leaving us. It's part of us, and we need to befriend this fear. We need to be... Okay, that reminds me of an Instagram post I posted. I wish I had it, but I don't have it anymore. But I wrote a letter to fear. I told fear, I'm going to learn how to be your friend. I'm going to, like... What did I say? Something like, I'm gonna dance with you, like, bring all you got, let's just dance around and just get this thing done, let's be ourselves, or something like that. But hopefully that is an eye-opening thing for you, because I remember when I watched that TV show years ago, it was like really mind-blowing for me. Yeah, I don't know if that resonates with anyone because no one's saying anything, but it's okay. But people of the future, if that resonated, please, I've never said this on live stream before, but please like the video if this resonated. Okay, it's been a while since I've been on stream, so it's not that long. It's an hour and 23 minutes. 1, 2, 3! An hour and 23 minutes. M says, devil is a tool that Satan uses. Interesting. That's a little scary to think about. But yes, I agree. M says, I get you though, LOL. What I'm trying to say is also when, at least my experience with igniting my light again, I recognized the dimming was all, like, at least the most recent experience, I feel like it was all me. Like, I was so full of self-doubt. I think the thoughts that I had in my head projected into the world, and that I was like attracting that type of energy, and so what am I trying to say? I think what I'm trying to say is during the time where I struggled a lot with moving on from the change that had happened, I think it stemmed from me not allowing myself to literally face what really happened. Like, I was trying to mask a way for it to be like it wasn't my fault, or but then when I stopped and I faced and confronted those internal things that are happening, the confusion, I was like, wait, hello, this is a big lesson. Yes, it is your fault. And this isn't coming from like self-deprecating, or like I wasn't like punishing myself in that way, but it was a moment of me recognizing that I was so hurt, and I was even more hurt by the change, because even before the change had happened, I didn't deal with something that I was dealing with on my own, and so that's why my light was so not there. And I think the whole thing, I mentioned this in another stream where I talk about the mirroring effect. So, okay. Oh, Oh, okay. Story time. Okay, mirroring effect. We're on that topic. In the topic of light. Okay, so there's this. So on Twitter, I've been like looking on Twitter, and I get pushed these like trending videos on Twitter, like through accounts that I follow. I get pushed these like viral videos, and one of them, it's so funny. So this is related, so I'll get to the point that I'm trying to make. It's so funny. Okay, so there's this video that is viral right now, and it's very positive. So there's this man in his Mustang, his cover is down, and the person filming is in their car, and they film like maybe, I don't know how long, I think like 2 minutes of footage of this man just like twirling a gold giraffe, and he puts it on top of his this man is in his car and they're in traffic, and this man twirls this giraffe around his finger, and then he puts it on the hood of his car, and then when he accelerates it falls, right? And then he grabs it as if why am I getting so amped up about this? I'm so happy about what happened. Okay, so this is what happened. Okay, so when he grabs it like some sort of how do I explain how he does it? You guys just have to watch it. So if you look up giraffe viral video, or letter G Raff Monday, because the driver's name is Monday, you could find the video. But anyway, so okay, I'm gonna get back to the story. It's a really good ending. So the giraffe falls and he catches it, and he does this numerous times, and the person filming like literally follows him around LA doing this. And this person filming is actually a host of a podcast that he created with his friend. And it's so funny because this podcast they created it because they're unemployed and they wanted to connect the world with just interaction. And they're called Podcast But Outside. Oh my god, it's so funny. I think it's so funny. Anyways, he posts this on Twitter, and then it goes viral, and then the man in the car messages him on Twitter and says, hey, like, this is a video of me and Giraffe. And then the person filming invited him, the guy, to his podcast, and they actually just had an interview. It's so funny. And the reason why I bring that up, why did I bring that up? Oh my god. Wait, I brought that up for a reason. I brought that story up because... what's wrong with me? I forgot why I brought it up. Okay, I brought it up because... why did I bring that up? I brought that story up. Okay. Yeah, so... I brought it up because I wanted to share an instance where... Oh, mirroring effect. Okay, thank you. Whoever sent that over. Mirroring effect. So... the guy's name is Monday, and he explained why he did it. And the interviewers, the podcast host asked, where did you even get this giraffe? And he has this really interesting story how he got it. So watch the video. But then they asked him, why do you do this? Like, did you have a lot of practice? Like, and then he said, there's a lot of people here, and when you turn and look, like, they're always upset, or everyone just doesn't smile at each other anymore. And so he said something about, he saw this young girl in the car next to him, and he had his giraffe, he calls it giraffe, the giraffe on top of his car, and she was smiling at him and like waving to him. And ever since then, he's been just doing it just cause, like, why not? Like, he's having fun. And so the thing about mirroring effect, when we ourselves are, so this is the thing about having the torch. When you are at a point in your life where you have the torch, where you've honed in on your energy and you are in a place of giving, when you're at that place in your journey where where you could afford shining your light onto other people, like sharing that light. It creates a mirror effect, which means you know when you're just going to the grocery store and then maybe you're in line and then the person in front of you has a cart full of a lot of cereal, 20 boxes, and then you have I don't know, you have a baguette and a milk or something, so you only have 2 items, and they see that you only have 2 items, and they're like, oh, you could go ahead, and it's showing you an act of kindness. Doesn't that make your day? So that's a form I identify as sharing your light and it having a ripple effect. So I wanted to share that random story of this man who spins a giraffe on his finger in traffic in LA because his reason for doing it is just because, and it makes people's days, and he recognized it that is a big impact, on someone's day. And yeah. M says, fear stops people from doing a lot of things in life. It's crazy when you think about it. Yeah. So I've been, should I share this? Today's topic brings out a lot of stories of my life, from times where I've peaked and of times where I had my light dimmed because I had to heal on my own. Again, when I say light, I'm referring to your soul, the very unique thing that your energy that you offer to those around you, something. So it's like personality, but it's not. It's like the light, the energy I'm talking about, because everyone's different. But the one that I'm talking about is the energy you bring to others and for yourself. For me, doing this live stream, I feel very energized right now in that I got to share myself, my light, with others. And I'm hoping that this is entertaining. But yeah, it lights me up a lot more in that I know that others are able to see my light, if that makes sense. As a light. Today's Tuesday, tomorrow's Wednesday, okay. Tomorrow's 21, okay. Champ D says, you are entertaining, thank you. You have soothing streams, I'd say, at the moment. Oh, thank you. It's interesting because I sense so I keep saying energy in my streams, and the reason why I say that is because I'm trying to learn how to hone in my thoughts and be able to control them in a way where I feel aligned with my body, and my energy. So this is coming from a place of, most recently I've been like, I felt, so it came in waves. So my energy, like, you know, the way you feel, like whether you're energized and like I'm good, and then there's like, oh my god, like I don't even want to get up today, like I'm just not, like I don't even know, I don't want to do anything. I come from a place most recently where how do I explain my story? So I had a phase where I literally could not handle any other stimulation. Like I needed just silence. Like I couldn't read anything. I couldn't hear anything. Like I just wanted silence. And then following that, I felt nothing. Like nothing negative, nothing positive. It was just like I just wanted to disappear, and that was it. And then this move really helped me because we're in a different setting, and tensions have fizzled out within our family, and and then it was my birthday, and so I'm feeling better. So when I say I'm trying to hone in on my energy, it's me trying to be literally present with you guys and not worry about the past or worry about the future. It's me just here. And from my experience of these 20 days, I could tell you the first day, my energy, like my thoughts, it was just everywhere. Maybe like on the first stream, to the viewer, it may have seemed like, oh, she's like chill. Like in my head, there was so many like, I was actually surprised because I thought like coming to the stream, I would be like, you know, like I'd be okay because I'm used to talking to the camera. Because another thing I did was talk to my future self. But now on day 20, right now, I feel normal in that I'm not so sensitive about like the random thoughts coming in my head. And my energy feels normal, like the way I felt when like none of this happened. Like which is interesting. But I'm trying to change that because I want to be now intentional about how I share my light. Because I think before it was like so chaotic and within me. My thoughts were everywhere. My energy was just like, I'm supposed to be doing this, or I should have done this. Like there was so much, like the way I could explain how I felt was just like, I felt so like tugged at everywhere. And this isn't saying like, I'm not blaming anyone else around me. It was just within myself. I just felt out of balance, chaos. I just wanted silence. I just wanted time to stop. I just needed to just disappear, poof, and then come back as like a balanced person. So what I'm trying to train myself to do as I'm live too is, as I'm present with the world, being as I am, I'm trying to learn how to balance all that. And I know achieving like complete balance is a little crazy to think about. Like I'll like might as well be a monk or something, but what I'm trying to aim for is learning how to deal with myself when I do become like that again. And I'm kind of slowly sensing that self coming back, and that I'm like okay with my thoughts coming in, and so right now that's what my intention is. And that's where my journey and pace is. And if you're comfortable sharing, M says chill philosophical vibes. Oh my. If you're comfortable sharing, where are you on this spectrum? Do you have the torch right now? Are you shining super bright? Are you in a place where everything is so dark and you just see one tiny dot of light? And when I say light, it's like when you feel normal, or when you feel like yourself, like you're comfortable in your own skin. Or are you at a place where you're ready to give your torch to someone else? Like it's like further than you just like being a light. Again, for me, I feel like I'm honed in on my light in a sense that I feel that I need to share my light with other people, which I'm so relieved that I'm here. But yeah, if you're comfortable sharing, please do share. Or if you don't, just for yourself, just keep yourself in check. Right now, for me, it's literally me just sharing expressions of myself with the world with no agenda. It's literally to just share myself with the world. But your light could be different. It could be I think I already addressed this. I addressed it, but in this present moment, I feel very full of, I'm like present right now. It's like the most, how do I explain this? Like I feel aligned. Not worrying about the past, not worrying about the present, not worrying about the past, not worrying about the future. We're here. So thank you so much for being present with me tonight and for choosing to be alive today. I know I always say that, but that's only because I also want to remind myself of our humanity. When you think about it, we are already enough in that, like, there's no real rule to how you need to live. Like, you just being you is like the best thing because you bring forth an energy of you, your unique you, and maybe you're in a place in your life where you think, oh, but I should be getting a degree in this. Oh, like I should be applying to this company because I have this set of skills. And by the way, I'm telling myself too because obviously I need to learn too. But just remember, like, you just being you is, like, we should be celebrating. Like, and there was a quote that I shared yesterday from, oh god, who was it? Not Henry, because it wasn't Henry, it was Ralph Waldo Emerson. He said, to be yourself in a world that tells you how to To live,
I'm gonna look it up. I don't remember the exact quote.
I want to say this for myself too, because I want to be kind to myself and be like, yo, you did it. Okay. He says, to be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. And this quote is not, I don't think it's saying like, oh, like be stubbornly like yourself and just settle, like be yourself. That, I don't think it's saying that. For me, like what I get from it is no matter where you are in life, what pace you're at in life or whatever, like wherever you are right now, if you're able to stand your ground no matter where you are, stand your ground with your worth, with your value in yourself, in your existence, and you approach the world in that way, that is the biggest accomplishment, because that is the most challenging thing you could do. I think we're learning how to do that. I think for me, for most of my life, I have been, even if I'm the oldest of 3 children, I have been like the nice person. I've always, like, I had to learn how to say no to certain things, right? But even to say no, I think it comes from a place of, you have to be able to do it from a place of your worth and your value and your groundedness. And I think I only recently was able to recognize that that was something that I had to learn how to do. And it wasn't comfortable. But yeah. So I really like that quote because it tells us to be kind to ourselves and to achieve that groundedness in ourselves. Not settling, just wherever we're at, just... Okay, I'm gonna read it again. To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. So, bringing this back to the topic of light, whatever you resonate, your light is for you, that you need to share with the world. And when I say the world, it doesn't mean like, it doesn't have to be on a global scale. It could be your community, or it could be, but it just means like sending it out from you to others. Just remember that I think the most honorable thing we could do for ourselves, for the world, is, and for some reason this came in, the legacy you want to leave doesn't have to be being a philanthropist. I think for me, like, I thought of that. But groundedness. And what I recognized is, oh my gosh, I'm getting so like into, but I'm supposed to end stream, hold on. Yeah, it's been almost 2 hours. Okay, it's okay. I'm gonna look at chat. I don't know, the chantee says, I don't know, probably somewhere in the middle more. Thank you for sharing that. M says, I would say that times were a lot worse, but now that I have a goal in mind, my mentality is better. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, I definitely think having a goal really helps. My goal is to find this alignment wherever I am. And I'm trying to gauge it too. Like, how do I get to that in the most fast way I can? Because out there in the world, I won't be able to have my piano in front of me to ground myself. Or maybe I could. Maybe I could try a new thing. But I need to learn how to do that. Because one of the things that I need to like fix my way of thinking too and talking. So when I get that job, to do it from a place of groundedness instead of getting all like flustered and then immediately going to the mode of thinking of, oh, like they think this way, so I'm gonna respond in this way. Like, I don't want to do that anymore. And that coming from a place of like me having no ground. Like so that's a goal I have, to gauge my alignment, to speak my truth, to live in truth. And learn how to balance that in a world that is very like that. Yeah, that's another hurdle I have to learn. How do I pace myself within the pace of the world? Yeah, we're taking it little step by step. So that's literally how I feel about the world right now. It's just okay. I'm gonna end stream soon. I'm gonna wrap this up with takeaways. If you want to help with takeaways, feel free to leave it in the chat and I will share it. Thank you again for being present with us tonight and for being a part of tonight's stream of consciousness. Today we focus on the topic of light, and we talked about darkness. We talked about different ways we could identify light in our lives. We've learned about kindred spirits. Perhaps we're kindred spirits. On our journey to holding our torch high, on our journey to help be kind to ourselves so that our light will not burn out, in that we recognize that the light that we have within us, our strengths, our uniqueness, is something that is very, 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 very valuable to the world. today's live stream was me sharing my light, and the way I define my experience with my light, I recognize it to be connecting with others, and I recognize it as me sharing my time with others. So thank you so much for watching me be myself tonight. And if you're watching from the future and something resonated with you, please hit the thumbs up. That's my second time saying it. Hit the thumbs up. And wherever you are on this journey of either passing on the torch or igniting your light, or maybe purposefully dimming your light to just heal yourself, thank you for choosing to be here on Earth to share your energy. And zero you in another direction. It's there for you to be human, and for you to slow down, befriend this fear. And I'm trying to end on something, but M says, good night. Good night. Thank you. Thank you for being present tonight. I think I'm just gonna end with sharing my light, like playing the piano, and I'll just say bye for tonight. Tomorrow I will see you guys. Tomorrow is 21. We are 21 old. Oh, we're 21 old. We are 21 days old together. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Thank you so much for being present with me tonight. See you guys tomorrow. feel like I should do more. I feel like I should play more. I feel like I should play something more. I'm gonna play more because I feel like it.
I just saw in the corner of my eye. Encore.
Since today's topic is about light, I don't know, I feel like I need to just be like a little longer than I should be, so, or not should, but just be present. So
I'm gonna play a little more.
I'm just gonna do something. And I know it's really late, but let's see. I know it's really late, but I want to do something because it's my moment to shine my light. I'm just gonna go with it because we don't have any rules in this live stream. So I'm just gonna do what the heck I want. This at a future time. The reason why I'm talking like this is because it's 11:30 right now. Am I really doing this? Yes. Go for it. Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh, my hair even looks like I just went to bed. Okay. Okay, we're just gonna do this because today's topic is light, and I can't end the stream without singing about light. So here it goes. This is a little distracting, so I'm just gonna put it there. Okay. Not sure if you could hear me. Yes, it's working. Okay. Wait, I can't move it. Okay. I turned the piano off. Here it goes. And I can't do the instrumental or else I'm gonna get copyrighted and then they might take my video down. So I'm gonna just sing. All those days watching from the windows, all those years outside looking in, all that time never even knowing just how blind I've been. Now I'm here blinking in the starlight. Now I'm here, suddenly I see. Standing here, it's all so clear. I'm where I'm meant to be. And at last I see the light. And it's like the fog has lifted. And at last I see the light. And it's like the sky is new. And it's warm and real and bright. And the world has somehow shifted. All at once, everything looks different now that I see you. And then the voice, the male voice goes, I'm not even gonna try the male voice, but should I? I'll just do it. I'll just do from the chorus. And at last I see the light, and it's like the fog has lifted. And at last I see the light. And it's like the sky is new. And it's warm and real and bright. And the world has somehow shifted. All at once, everything is different now that I see you. Okay. Thank you for listening to that if you're listening. It's not as, I don't know, okay, don't wish. We did it. We did it. You did it in the present moment, so that's good. Okay, I'm gonna have to say bye because it's a long stream. 2:14. Oh my. Okay. Okay, I'm actually gonna check chat before I leave because, oh my goodness. Okay, no one's actually here. Okay, so
I'm not sure if it's because we're talking about light today and I'm actually sharing my light with the world, my energy with the world, but I definitely feel so much more normal, like my normal self today. So not that I wasn't before, but I don't feel too sensitive today, but I don't feel too out there. I feel. So thank you for being present with me tonight as well. And thank you for being present with me while I'm being present with myself and being my whole self. To make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. Thank you for being alive. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow is day 21. And again, thank you for being present with me tonight. Okay, bye guys. Thank you.